There we go. Should be working. There we go. All right. So for some reason, YouTube is struggling with uploading videos, but for some reason, you can still go live. Don't know what the logic is behind that, but this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to play the video through here so that you can listen to the rules. And yeah, good luck. All right, welcome to the rules video for our Jordan Warrior homemade NSC competition style format. So we will be running 3 courses. Everybody's going to run through the hybrid course first, which is more technical. There's going to be some really hard obstacles in that one with a 3-minute time limit across the board. There will be a speed course, which will be the full course format. If you fail an obstacle, you just go to the next one, keep going. You'll have a time limit of 1:30 on that course. And then we will be doing a burnout course where once you start, your feet do not touch the ground until the end. If you were to fail an obstacle, your run is just over. Also with the hybrid, we'll do WNL challenge course format. So you get 1 retry per obstacle and 2 retries total. If you were to fail 2 times on the same obstacle or 3 times total, that would end the hybrid run. Section of people, you will be running the same course as those individual people. This is just based on experience. For chalk, there will be chalk at the start of every course. For hybrid and burnout, I will also carry a chalk bag. So if you're resting on an obstacle in the hybrid course, you can take some chalk. If you need some chalk while hanging on a bar or a ring, you can take it on the burnout course as well. However, speed, you're on a tight 10 limit. You should be going really fast. You don't need to chalk up during the course. So we will not be doing re-chalk during the speed course. Your first 2 obstacles are going to be linked together. First obstacle, you just have to have at least 1 foot touching the pad before you go. Once it is 3, 2, 1, go, you're going to go for the 10-foot wall. Touching the top of the 10-foot wall will clear you on this obstacle, starting on the next one. So make sure you do not come back down. The floor is going to be out. You can use any part of both walls to go around, including this foot cliffhanger hold to make a jump over to this black box over here. Your finish platform is going to be this orange mat over here. This will be the start and finish of your next obstacle, which is going to be the slanted wall. You can use any holds to get up. However, 2 colors are restricted. You cannot use any blue holds and you cannot use any green holds. Next obstacle from the rock wall, you're going to be running over here to do the bogeys. For the first 4 boxes, you have any of the cliffhangers at all on any of the sides. You can examine them once you're here. Once you're on this 4th box over here, you can then pull yourself up to either side of the silver bar. You can lache over to the next silver bar, or you can go for the cliffhangers, whatever you want. But you do have the silver bar, and you're dismounting on this black box over here. This one is just a finish platform. It's not start finish. So you can't overshoot. Just make sure you don't fall back onto next obstacle. Start over there. But if it were to come uncontrolled, that would be an out, and you would have to redo this obstacle. From the bogeys, you're now coming over here for your next obstacle. You have any of these boxes to jump out to this red saucer over here. From this red saucer, you have any portion of this special delivery. It's angled in a weird way. If you take a backswing, it'll swing up, so just keep in mind how you swing on this obstacle. But from here, again, any part is in play. You're going to get to this aluminum ring over here to make it to your dismount on this black box over here. The next black box is also in play for the start of the next obstacle. Yeah. You're then going to be coming up here. You have hands only, any part of the doorknobs. Truss is also fine at the end to get to either of these black boxes. This is the start of your next obstacle, but you can still dismount here if you want. This would be just a finish platform. This will be start and finish. I guess ropes in play too. Get through doorknobs, dismount, keep going. From here, you have the 5 quintuple steps to get all the way across. You have hands and feet on this part of truss if you need it to get over to this black and red box right over here. These are start and finish platforms. Your next obstacle continues over here. You have the 2 fully spinning burning rubbers over here to stick that landing on that box. Now, this is start and finish, so you need to stick this platform. If you were to fall off of it while doing the obstacle, then you'll have to reset over there. If you're watching this video, you don't have those balls. Once you're done with the bouncy balls, you're then going to be coming to this platform. You have truss to get up to this red bar over here. And this is your guys' version. It's split into 2 obstacles. For the first part, you're going from this red trapeze bar to Lachey to the padlock. This is a little over a foot further than it used to be. It is changed to the original gap. You then have any of the rings up here. Any of the rings up here to get over to that silver bar right over there, which will be a touch point. From this point, you're then going to be lacheying out to this cliffhanger right over there. From this cliffhanger, you can use the rope if you need it to go across all these cliffhangers. And then you'll go across these cliffhangers. Once you are past this board, you can then go over to this silver bar and use this truss to get over to these pit pillows, which will be the finish platform of this obstacle. Clear. 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 This tire is where you start on the speed course. You're going to be starting right over here. You have feet only on these two railings over here to get over to your black and red box platform right over here. From this, feet only on the 3 lily pads, which they all wobble, to get over to that black box right over there. You then have hands and feet on any of the rock holds. You can also use this last platform right over here to make a jump over to this platform right over here. This is your next, it's also the start of your next obstacle. Then you have the blue gas pedals and the 4 of the ascending steps to get over to this truss piece over here, which is hands and feet, to get all the way over to this black and red box over here, start and finish platform. You have to engage this platform before going for the next obstacle. You can go back on truss to get to the next part if you need it. But from here, you're then going to be making pretty big jump over to that truss piece over there. You have hands and feet on any portion of the truss to get over to this precision beams over here, which will then lead you into these tilting pieces, these 2 spinning pieces, to get to the trampoline, which is technically a start and finish platform. I know it's not legal, but we're doing it anyways. Then you have any portion of the hourglass, any portion of the bow, any portion within the jumping spider as well. If you want to do jumping spider, go crazy, go for it. Then you can use this rope if you need it to get over to this platform over here. If you're watching this video, your starting platform for this B course is going to be this truss. You can use the truss and the bar to get out to this fidget spinner. You're then going to be going on to the next fidget spinner and then going to that dismount over there. From this black box now, you have hands only on this white PVC to swing all the way over to the Y of the palm flip. Then you have those 2 rings to get over to the ascending steps over here. This first one is going to be a clear, and you keep going all the way down, up the beam to the hexagon right over there, which is a start and finish platform, so make sure you don't skip this. Then you have the tops of all these balance pieces over here to then go through any of the 4 gas pedals that you need. There will be in this configuration to then go over to this orange Kit Kat over here. Put this back in. Then you have feet only on the following. You got peg balance, any of the 6 red pegs that are in, along with the slack line over here to get all the way up to this black box over here. Orange is completely out of play, so don't touch it. Then you can use this to get up to any of the cliffhangers. The finish of this obstacle is touching the last cliff. Even if it's a brief tap, as long as you make visible contact with it before dropping, you will get the clear on this obstacle. Anywhere on the orange mat is fine to drop. Then you will have the sled pull and push. I believe this is 150 pounds, which will be the same for everybody. It'll start just over the green over here. You're going to be pulling this all the way back until you hit the red wall. Any part of your body can hit this red wall to give you the clear. However, you must remain contact with the sled itself. You cannot pull the handles out to get closer. You need to pull it as much as you can to physically touch it while still engaging the sled. That'll give you a point. Then you're going to push all the way back. You keep going until you get the clear, which again will be once you are right over the green turf over here. So do not let go of this until you hear the clear. If you do not hear the clear, that means you are not past it yet. Then your final obstacle, you're starting on the concrete. You got any of the 3 railings over here to get to the orange. You're going to make a sharp right turn to hit your blue buzzer right over here. Again, this is full format, so if you fail an obstacle, you just go to the next one. If you Once your feet leave this platform and the truss, feet are no longer used on any portion of the course. You're going to be starting on this black bar to go across the dungeon pegs right over here to get to the hourglass, which is your first touch point. From here, you're going to keep going down to the aluminum ring with the tape to get over to any of the following rings over here, any of the rings around here to get over to the padlock over here, which will be your next touch point. From here, you're going to go from padlock to the truss. You're going to touch the black piece of tape, which will be your next touch point. Then you're going to climb all the way across until you hit the red piece of tape right over here. That'll be your next touch point. Then you're going to be going to the ladder. You can grab any portion of the ladder. However, your first hand must be either on or behind that rung right over there. So you can grab the side back there. That'll be a touch point. Then you can go across the ladder however far you need to get over to this wooden ring. From this wooden ring, you're going to be going all the way out until you can grab any of these bars over here. Boxes are out of play. This will be moved for your actual run, but this will be your next touch point. From here, you're going to go across the truss and then go all the way to this bar. Touching that will be another point. However, you cannot use it to go further. You just touch it, then go back to truss. Then you'll be going to this next bar. Then you're going to this next set of truss, which will be your next touch point. Then you're going to have a bigger lache from this truss to this truss, which will be your next touch point. Then from here, every box is a touch point of these three birdhouse boxes with the cliffhangers. So once you get a hand on this one, that will be your next touch point. And you must disengage with the truss before going to the second box. You can't just touch every box and go back to truss. You must start on the first one. You can get two hands if you want, or you can go one hand and then get a second hand to the next one. That will be your next touch point. Then you have to use any of the cliffs over here in order to dismount onto this box. And then you can use any warp tool to get up and hit the buzzer. Again, if you fall at any point before this platform, your run is over. So do the best you can. Good luck.